What do you give to a small, irritating girl who asks about everything?
Try a conch. Delicate colors, interesting shape, and when you put it to your ear, you can hear the sea.
Yeah, why's that?
Usually because you're standing next to it.
Cool. Have you got one?
Yeah, but I promised it to my sister. She well vexed with me.
Any use for a quill?
What's a quill?
It's what people used to write with in Captain Ketch's days.
No, man. I'd sooner be fishing.
Why is your sister mad with you?
Well, last night, when I got home with our supper, she went wild. Rio, she said, how come all you ever catch is puffer fish? A sicker puffer fish. What I want is tiger fish. So don't bother come back home till you catch one, boy. I don't see how I'm gonna catch no tiger fish. All I have is a fishing pole and a worm.
What do you need to catch a tiger fish?
One of them real fancy flies like the rich fishermen use.
That was no good.
Okay, can I make one?
I didn't want a fishing net. I wasn't going to risk further laceration by the cat. I'd better think this through. Wrong. I'd better think this through. That was no good. No, that's wrong. It was an old... Whatever lived in that barrel could stay there as far as I was concerned. There were several things I wanted to say to that awful...
I have that. Really?
The cat made short work of the feather, tearing it into a blizzard of small pieces. Not such a... The quill had been torn into small pieces.
Okay.
It was the poisoned dart which had stunned Nico. I'd never known anything keep her quiet so effectively. Hey, this is just what you need to make a fly.
Thanks. Let's hope them tiger fish hungry. A deal's a deal. Here's a conch.
Here, I've got a conch. Would you like it?
Dunno. Aunt Frost told me never to take presents from strange men.
I'm not a strange man.
Then why are you called Jaws, Jaws? That's a stupid name.
I'm not called... Look, conch, pretty. Swap for the cross, yes or no? Right, this thing's going out the window.
Okay, we'll do swapsies.
That looked like that's where it was supposed to be, so I left it there. Ketch's crucifix was encrusted with precious gems. That looked like that's where it was. Ketch's cross slipped snugly into the penholder.
What you doing now?
Grown-up stuff.
I doubt that.
I've put your cross in this little hole in the desk.
Why?
Impulse, mainly, with a dash of irrational intuition.
Silly. Only women have intuition.
I wasn't going to take the cross out of the holder. Somehow I just knew that was where it was supposed to be. That looked like that... Ketch's cross was jammed into the penholder. The desk had obviously been cut to... Two bells and all's well. Pirates were cool. It would have been easy to reach the cutlass and slip. It would also have... It was a It was a ship's bell. It was the portrait of Captain Ketch. It was the portrait of Captain Ketch. The portrait might have made a nice souvenir. Maybe that wheel was from Ketch's ship. There were several. Sailed to that place where I made secure my fortune. I returned safe in the knowledge that the governor shall not discover that which I had hidden. For is it not writ that 'tis easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle? It was an old book with... It was a beautifully crafted model. The ship looked too fragile to touch. It was Captain...
It's gotta be something with the lantern, right?
I wasn't going to take the cross out of...
Why are you fucking hanging it back? I'm trying to fucking place the lantern on the correct place on the desk. I tried to place it on the fucking inkwell earlier. What the fuck,
The
man?
lantern fitted so precisely in the inkwell, it could only be deliberate. Before you ask, I've put the lantern in the inkwell. See? It fits.
Why?
Because it was cut to fit.
Why?
Because sneaky old Captain Ketch made it that way.
Why?
What is with all the questions?
'Cause I'm interested.
Why?
'Cause I have the insatiable curiosity of the young.
Why?
All right. Truce.
The lantern cast a strong light over the desktop. The light cast a shadow of the cross. And the shadow fell precisely over a small, unnamed island shaped like a skull.
Of course.
That must be it. Ketch's Treasure Island.
Uh-oh. That's Zombie Island. It's a bad place.
No kidding? Well, bad place or not, that's my next port of call.
Can I come too?
The hell you can.
I never get to leave the house.
I wasn't going to take the cross out of the holder.
Give me a boat.
Would you take me to, Zombie Island?
In this weather? You madman.
The rain will keep the zombies indoors. Just say I did meet a zombie. What would you do?
There ain't no zombies on Zombie Island. At least, not anymore. It's uninhabited.
Good. What do you mean, not anymore?
You still want to go?
I guess.
Well, I ain't had no luck with them tiger fish. And with the mood my sister is in, I'll be safer with the zombies.
So, this was Zombie Island. Somehow I'd been expecting something more sinister. Come on, Rio. Let's find that treasure.
No, thanks. I'm staying right here.
Oh, come on. You said yourself there's no zombies left.
Yeah, but that was while there was a big pile of seawater between me and this place. All me have now is this little bit between the boat and the shore, and I'm hanging on to it.
No, it can't be. But it was. My lucky piece of coal. Rio, how far away is Ketch's Landing from here?
Best part of 10 miles. Why?
10 miles? That catapult must have been a lot more powerful than I thought. It was too high. I couldn't get up there. The cliff was steep, too steep to climb without handholds. And I couldn't find any. The outcrop was about the only feature on the cliff face. The cliff stopped me getting off the beach. That Emily sure asks a lot of questions.
Resick, man, this whole Emily business just isn't funny.
Look, we're obviously at cross purposes here. I'm talking about Emily Ketch.
Yeah, and so am I. He was my friend. Her aunts hated it, but we did move together, you know. She used to be real keen at hide and seek. It could take hours to find her. One time, the last time, it took days. She must have shouted and screamed herself hoarse, but there was nobody to hear her.
Where'd she hidden herself?
Captain Ketch's old sea chest. The only way to open it was from the outside.
Suddenly, I didn't feel so good. We never exchanged another word about Emily Ketch. The sea looked inviting, but I was here to do a job. Rio's boat was strewn with fishing nets and tackle. The cliff was... and I couldn't...
I fucking tried.
I was quite happy. It was the boat that Rio... Could I borrow your net?
Yeah, man, no problem. You planning on catching some fish?
Nope. I'm after a... Well, here I go. Wish me luck, Rio.
Good luck, George. Watch out for the Walking Dead.
I stumbled down dark stairwells for what seemed like forever, until suddenly I found myself, wow, in an abandoned London Underground station. This place must have been closed down decades ago. The cup was empty. The tray was empty. The machine needed to be fed a coin before it would operate. The slot was the blade was... The blade was... The machine looked like it had sold its last ticket a long time ago. A pile of old railway sleepers was blocking the platform. I'd probably break my neck if I climbed over the sleepers, or worse. It might have been a nice souvenir if it hadn't been torn and dirty. The machine wasn't about to weigh me for nothing. LBS. Lubes? What are lubes? The date on the poster was before I was born. It looked just like the modern one. It was an old map of the a warning sign saying high voltage. The train signal light still worked. It was too dangerous to start walking along the tracks. I remembered what always happened to Wile E. Coyote when he did that. A latch lock stopped me getting into the cupboard. The blade of the dagger just fitted between the door and the soft wood frame. The door gave slightly, and then held firm. A latch lock. My fingers were too big. The blade of the dagger was too thick. One D only was embossed below the coin slot. Something protruded slightly from the slot. The slot was much too... The blade was... It was an old chocolate... It was a cup which... A flap covered the tray into which the machine... It was an old ticket machine. A sign read, Tickets 3D. The machine looked like it had... There was nothing very useful in my bag, just a single hair clip. The hair grip was too thick to fit into the crack. The blade of the dagger was too thick to get in. The blade... I pushed the hair clip into the slot and whatever was stuck there disappeared into the machine. I pulled out an old English penny. My fingers were too big.
Are you kidding me? No?
I put the old penny into the slot, the needle twitched rustily, and the machine spat out a card. The weight was in imperial units. The card also had my fortune on it. A family quarrel will turn out to... I remembered my student days when I regularly forgot my house keys. A wiggle with the thick card between the frame and the lock, and the latch lifted. The train was my ride out of there. I could worry about not having a ticket when I got to the docks.
Nice.
The path was blocked by an ugly and extremely dangerous-looking boar. I couldn't get close enough to stick the dart in him. The boar's expression said, "Forget it, Stobart." I don't... I'd better... Not such a good...
Mm-hmm. Was another route.
One read. Nothing. I mean nothing. It was a stagnant swamp. As soon as I stooped to investigate the hole, its inhabitant disappeared into the darkness. The end of the reed had been neatly bitten off. Now I knew what was living in there. A long-toothed, snarling, furry wild thing. There was something in that hole beneath the rock.
Ah.
The dart fitted snugly into the reed. Hold on. I've been here before. Haven't I?
That's right, George.
Initials carved into the stone read F.K. Frederick Ketch had been here. Joining the dots would make an equilateral triangle. 3 shallow holes had been made in the rock. Initials had been
Oh my god.
Stay cool, Stobart. It was only a bird. Stay cool.
at you, you little bastard. It's like the smallest board ever. Hmm.
No good. I'd have to be bitten by a radioactive spider before I stood any chance of getting up there. Hey Filou, shoutouts to France. Myself, I am from Sweden, so yeah, I'm loving this game too. I loved the first one. I streamed it a few weeks earlier. And so on to this, and then I'm gonna be doing the third one at least. So welcome to the family, man. The hell? And I can't go back. Uh, Maybe I can use the net to climb that other
thing.
It was a needle of rock in the middle of the clearing. It didn't look like a natural formation. I remembered Ketch's log. For is it not writ that 'tis easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle? Seemed pretty relevant now. The creeper just came away from the rock as I pulled it. The creeper didn't look like it would hold my weight.
Damn you bad.
I could see no point in tying the net to the creepers on the rock. The creeper felt unpleasant and fleshy.
Okay, he won't hold on to it. There's something I'm supposed to do here with this.
The creeper felt unpleasant and fleshy. It was a needle of rock. The creeper felt unpleasant and fleshy.
Oh, come on, man. Ooh.
The net attached easily enough to the creeper and seemed secure.
So now what? Oh, come on, man.
Great. I'd created some sort of creeper marker fishing net assembly. Sometimes I terrify myself with my creative genius.
Okay. Put it up there and then go to the hill and yeah.
I'd successfully got the marker into a position near the top of the
Survey.
needle simply by using the kind of lateral thinking that can get you institutionalized.
dude, come on.
I wasn't about to try that again. I'm...
Okay.
The hill I was on had reminded me of a camel's hump as I'd climbed up it. Now I had to see what I could see.
How do I use this?
It was Bronson's theodolite.
How the fuck do I move this? Can I not look down or anywhere? Come on. How does this work?
Joining the dots would make an equilateral triangle.
Really?
It was a good cave for hiding treasure in. Shame about the flooding problem. Heck, Ketch could have hidden his treasure anywhere. This island's full of hiding places. Heck.
Mm-hmm.
It was the marker which I had raised up the needle of rock. It was the marker which I could see the marker I had fastened on the rock down in the forest, and right in line with it, that had to be where Ketch had hidden his treasure.
Mm. London's Tower Bridge.
I didn't think I had time to get to the mob before the guard reappeared. The tactical advantage of hiding in there escaped me.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I get it. Bomba Club. I think I want to open the cupboard, get him in there, and lock it with the mop. Fucking move!
I couldn't let